Welcome back to the UKLC Week 6. My name is Jake Kipper Matthews, and once again, we are joined by the man, the myth, the meme, Dan Orcs Harrison, as we kick it off for our bracket finals for our penultimate tower of the summer split.
Yeah, getting close to the end, and a lot of dreams being crushed. We said that there was potential for teams to make a miracle run, get all the way up to third. There is one team who still has that dream alive.
It is Feeling Gaming, as they're going to be taking on...
No, it's Demise. The thing behind's wrong.
Oh, yeah. Feeling just lost to Fnatic.
Yeah, so...
I just got debated real hard. And it's not like I just sat and watched that last game. It is actually Demise. And they've actually had a really good run so far throughout the whole split.
Yeah.
But before we get onto this next matchup, let's have a little look at our last matchup and our MVP coming out of that last game. And it was the man who's recently been subbed into support. It's Ronaldo from Fnatic, rising to 1-14 on the Rakan. He looked pretty good. Almost as good as he's looking there. That's a chiseled face.
Yeah, he looked good. We now have unlocked Ronaldo, so we have the picture available. But yeah, I mean, you say sub, but he is now the permanent support. And a lot of us question is, like, he's traditionally a mid laner, but I was speaking to some Fnatic members, and in solo queue, he was someone who would switch it up. He wouldn't just stick to one role. And they've decided that having someone who can meld between things so flawlessly and perform so well mechanically is going to be a great addition to them in the support role, and that's why they've gone with him. You can see why in that game. He was so solid on that Rakan. He set Maddie up so many times, and it just looks difficult for the team to overcome that.
The interesting thing about Ronaldo, actually, is how comfortable he's looked no matter where he's been put.
Yeah.
You were talking about how, he shifts it up in solo queue and he's very flexible, and that flexibility is strong for them, but this guy has not had a bad performance, and he was the starting sub mid laner, and now he's been their top laner, he's been a mid laner, he's been the bot lane. Like, this guy's been everywhere. Let's have a little look at our bracket and see how everything is shaped up to here in week 6. Now, Demise, they had a pretty good run in this week. They avoided Diabolus, who I would argue was the strongest team on that side of the bracket. They still haven't beaten Diabolus. Barrage got that win for them. They're able to beat Barrage out at the beginning of today in a pretty one-sided game. And then Fnatic, they didn't even have to face M&M. So both of these teams actually kind of avoided who I would have argued the other strongest team in their side of the bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. But Fnatic, the way they've been playing, I feel like it's difficult to think of anyone who could really overcome them. And Demise, they're going into this as the absolute underdogs. There's no doubt about it. We're not going to sugarcoat it and tell you lies. They are the underdogs, but they have had some really solid aspects. They've had a really good bot lane coming out from Vigo and Devoxing. When they get the hands on the right picks, they can be just devastating to deal with. And as well as it, they've shown a lot of flexibility, even willing to play Garen Yumi. And we may need some of that spiciness, some of that unexpected unpredictability to beat the likes of Fnatic, who right now, they look on form.
I mean, Fnatic have looked on form the entire split, but I think if you look at the likes of Demise, I think consistency is the word I'd use to describe them. They've been consistent. They haven't been, up there with the likes of Fnatic and XL, but you didn't expect them to be. They were brand new to the UKLC, but they've consistently been scoring points across the season so far, and it's put them in a good position. They were tied 4th with Diabolus last time I checked. I need to double check their points at the end of today to see how everything shapes out, because win or lose here, they've made it to another finals. I think this is their second finals they've made now as a team.
Is a massive achievement considering that.
It's more than most other teams have made. Only M&M, Diabolus, XL, Fnatic have made, and Demise, have made it to the top.
And that's like half the teams in the league. But, it's still a massive achievement, especially
last time we had more variety, though.
Like, I feel like Envision have done a pretty good job. I feel like they've done a good job joining the split. It's always a hard thing to do, and they've shown good performances, but Demise, who joined at the same time, it hasn't even felt like they've just joined the league. It feels like they're a staple who can really put the pressure down on the teams, and especially when you consider that, it feels like those 2 top spots are almost uncontestable with how strong Fnatic and XL are. They're pretty high up the leaderboard as a result, and they have an opportunity. Even if they don't end up toppling Fnatic today, they still have a chance to overtake M&M and get that 3rd place spot, which would be a monumental achievement. But if they do beat Fnatic today, that would be groundbreaking.
It would be groundbreaking, but obviously we have to focus on this game right here, right now. And, if they can overcome that, that is what we're talking about. We are talking about our current game, Demise versus Fnatic. But, man, it's going to be a hard one for Demise. I don't think anybody is in doubts of that. But it could be groundbreaking. You could make it. You could be the first team to make it to a tower challenge if it isn't Fnatic or XL.
First team to beat either of the LEC sister teams. It'd be a massive achievement, but you have to go into this with a smart strategy and ask yourself, where is the weaknesses on this Fnatic roster? And One thing is that I've seen is Fnatic currently with Shikari aren't really willing to play around top side. Yeah. It feels like NG's devoted a lot of attention to bot side so far, and you have your options. Focusing around mid hasn't worked so effectively, so feel and try that, and it's just Felix just feels unstoppable at times. Even when there was a Tristan against the Zir, which excelled it, he managed to scale up and be a monster. So you have to ask yourself, do we look top? Do we punish the lane that Fnatic leave alone? But Shikari typically can just withstand so much pressure. It might be you have to go toe-to-toe with them in the bot lane. And when you look at Demise's bot and just their track record, that's probably the one I would go for. That's where my bet would be.
All right, well, we're loading through into that picks and bans. The Azir, the Karma being taken away so far. Both the teams kind of just banning away the obvious. Let's see, as the Corki is also going to get removed. Magic Felix has been playing that Corki quite regularly. Yeah. And so far across the split, it's been a consistent pick for him, so I don't want to give him that.
Before this split, in the last split, he was willing to play it when I was in Super Meta, but Demise have basically said, these scaling picks that we can't handle Magic Felix on, they're just off the board. They've taken away from them. I'd be interested to see if they ban something else away that denies, because Matty and Ronaldo, so far that bot lane has only played the Lovers Duo. That's the only thing they've picked up, and there is the fact that Demise, they could take part of that themselves, because you've seen Vigo have good performances on the Rakan, and you've seen Devoxney be really strong in the Xayah. I'm interested to see if they do deny that in that first pick.
Yeah, the Xayah actually is a big pick for Devoxney, and when I spoke to him a few weeks ago, again, I said this yesterday, but he was a player who, on that team, that he's the one that they put the most of the attention on. It's all about Devoxney as the kind of the star carry for the team, where Fnatic's flexibility comes from different roles, and that's actually just going to be an instant Yasuo lock in there. Just to talk about the last few bans, the Aatrox, the Gragas, and the Yuumi all taken away. Fnatic are open to pick up that Lovers Duo now at this point if they want to go for that, and instant lock-in of that. We knew that it was coming. The birds are out.
Yeah, they were on the far right of the bracket, so red side all the way, and every time they've gone for this Xayah Rakan, but now that leaves the Caitlyn open for Devoxney, and they're going to go for that Kate Morg. You can block a lot of CC from the Rakan, and you just outrange Xayah. I do like to see it, but then quickly, Fnatic, it was the old counter in the previous form to Yasuo. It can be flexed pretty heavily, but if they go for that Akali, it'd be a monstrous pick in Magic Felix or Shikari's hand, and they do lock that in. So a lot of skill-dependent champions here. We've seen both bot lanes already picked up, and Yasuo or Akali, I'm hyped already.
I'm so hyped for this game. Now, we actually did see Zyko, I believe, take it top lane at some point with the Yasuo. Mapillion is also a kind of carry top laner.
Zyko's mid now, so...
Zyko is mid, so, I mean, I want to know who's playing this Yasuo, because it could go top, it could go mid. Zyko could most likely be the one to take it, but from what we've seen of Mapillion so far, this guy's a carry top laner. They play for kind of the flashy plays, but let's have a little look at what's been banned away as the Nunu and the Renekton going to be taken away so far, followed up by a Skarner ban here by Fnatic and now Demise. One more ban left to them. What do they want to deny from Fnatic Rising is going to be that Sejuani, but Aurelia is still open. Fnatic could just take the Akali and Aurelia, which is such a monstrous kind of pickup here.
It would definitely be so, and Jarvan actually comes out as a denial, and that's been a massive pick for Hidden. So I like that they're able to get rid of that one off the cards, and one of the reasons that with Shikari, they haven't been as willing to take these double flexes like an Akali and an Aurelia is he's been more comfortable on these tanky picks in the top lane. It could still go top lane. He has been happy to play stuff there, but so far it hasn't really been his textbook champion pool. And Hidden, he's going to go a bit down the tier list to Elise, which overall the champion strength's fine, but in the UK scene we've struggled to see it get off the ground in a lot of games.
I mean, that's mainly been Nolty playing it, to be completely fair.
You're not wrong.
Sorry, dude, but yikes. Now having a little look at what they want to kind of round their comp out with. Could be mid, could be top. Another flex pick going to get locked in here for Demise, taking away that Nico. We saw Mapillion take it in the top lane and is his debut top laner. Got solo killed by Borrelia, but then was able to whip it out and get himself a double kill in the top lane 1v2 underneath his tower.
Yep.
Fnatic Rising now rounding out their comp. What do they want to ban? What do they want to pick up here? I really want to see.
Is probably the cannon, but they could go for that GP. Oranges mean you can negate a ton of Mapillion's damage. You just orange the root, walk away, and it gives a ton of scaling. Shikari's going to go for it. We said he likes these more comfortable tank picks, but he's going for a scaling carry. But a lot of safety in that lane. One big thing as well that really hits Demise's team fight is that typically when we see the Yasuo, we see him with, you know, the Gragas, with the Sejuani, a lot of setup. At least there's a limited amount you can do. This Jarvan denial was very crucial because there is no knockup available from Demise. There's no one who can set up that Yasuo ultimate.
That is key to note. So it's all going to be on Zyko to set himself up for success, and we have seen a few Yasuos kind of play around that and not being able to get like the big ult off, but they catch like one key person and they get the R off, and then the last breath is just too much to deal with. But I actually want to talk about what Fnatic Rising are going to want to do here, because you look at Shikari, and when I think of Shikari, he's a lane neutralizer. He plays to kind of stop anyone from taking towers or doing anything in that lane. But he can neutralize the lane while impacting the map without TPing because of the power of that cannon barrage.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me is crush mid lane. You have this Jarvan and Akali who can very much just murder a Yasuo. Crush Psycho in the mid lane, and then spread the advantages bot. You have a GP ultimate. If you go bot lane, you open with a GP ultimate, the Black Shield gets destroyed, they will easily fall down. You look for that turret, you rotate. It's very textbook for Fnatic. On the other side, though, they need to find advantages for Demise in the bot lane. They have to make this Caitlyn Morgana worth it and get a lead in the lane, and then look for some outplays. You want to see the Yasuo popping off in the mid lane. It's going to take a lot to beat Akali, especially Magi Felix's. But Zyko, it is one of his comfort champions.
I mean, we did see that Yasuo get picked up into Fnatic yesterday by Enclave, and 1-8, I believe, was the scoreline, or 1-7.
They didn't get the 0-10.
That was the problem. They were missing that.
Yeah.
Unlucky. But we want to talk about, like, you know, where do we expect this game to kind of turn for the likes of Demise? Because obviously we know Fnatic, we know their win conditions looking at their team comp, but like, what does Demise need to play for if they want to take the win over Fnatic?
They have to snowball lanes. It comes down to hidden on this leash. You have to snowball lanes because Caitlyn Morg, if that falls behind, it's going to feel not very impactful. The Yasuo, again, we joke about the 0-10, but you really do want to get a lead with that champion. And the Nico in the top lane, a lot of areas where they get outscaled. I mean, the Gangplank will outscale the Nico, the Zyra Khan. It doesn't strictly outscale, but the impact you can have in a team fight is huge. Just so much harder to punish. If you set the Caitlyn Morgana behind, they will feel a bit useless. I feel like that Fnatic, they can do what we saw for them in previous weeks and just sit back and scale.
Yeah.
But this new change up with the roster, I feel like they're not going to let that happen. And it's really the burden is on Hidden and this Demise roster to accelerate things in the early game. You picked Elise. It's the pre-6 jungler. You need to make things happen pre-6. Yeah,
and I mean, like, what you were talking about in Champ Select as well was how you wanted the Jarvan to camp mid. Then I ask you about Demise's win conditions, and you say, I just want this Elise ganking. It's all about the junglers in this game, and that's the key thing. We want to be watching their early tracking because both Jarvan, both Elise can set their team up for so much success. They have so much early ganking power and the ability to snowball these lanes. And Elise, you know, comes with that hard CC. Jarvan does as well, but Elise is, you know, it is a point and click. Well, it's not point and click. It's point your mouse at them and click.
Yeah, that's how League of Legends works. But if you manage to land that cocoon, it's a ton of burst. You have easy follow up with the repel, but very vulnerable to counter gangs because once you go in as Elise, difficult to get back out once again. And I feel like a lot of attention can be put down on this mid lane. Top lane, difficult because you have the oranges to negate that CC. Bot lane, you know that Voxney and Vigor will be wanting to shove in. That's how their lane works. So limited amount of effectiveness that you can have there. Although if they do end up getting the push for Fnatic, they can potentially find a gang, but you're so scared of getting counter ganged. I want to see a lot of control from Demise to find the vision to see where NG is.
Now remember, other things that are on the line in this particular game are the likes of Fnatic need to make the tower. Like, Fnatic have to win versus Demise, then they have to win versus XL. If they don't do that, unless XL... Yeah, no, that's the only way they can actually make it to the live final guaranteed without having to run the gauntlet. Where XL, if Fnatic lose here, XL are guaranteed finals.
Yeah.
Because Fnatic are the only team that currently threat them in, like a threat to them in
And
points.
that's the difference is the pressure. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Fnatic are going to crumble in pressure because by all means, they are very used to dealing with pressure situations. But Demise, a win here would mean so much. But the expectations, the pressure is low because everyone watching is probably thinking this is Fnatic's game. But that means that Zyko and the whole of Demise, they can just play with no sort of holding back. They've got nothing to lose from this match. If they lose, they still got some great points this week. They made it to the bracket final. It's still in a good position for playoffs. But if they win, it could change everything.
See, the thing that has been upsetting me about Ronaldo and X-Maddie's Zyra Khan is the skinergy. Ronaldo keeps taking the Samsung skin, which Zyra doesn't even have. The Invictus, sorry. It's not a Samsung. They have a Samsung one. It's the Invictus one they're missing.
That's rough. You have to blame Ronaldo for that because you clearly go for that Samsung skin and you're just like, well, you do you. I mean, sorry, the Invictus one, you go, yeah, you do what you want.
And like,
oh, that's some damage.
That's the power of the old Trial by Fire passive. As NG's actually looking for an early gank here bot lane. Level 1 still on the cards. Ronaldo comes in. That's going to be the flash. That's going to be the knock-up. Vigo falls down and NG finds first blood.
Yeah, and you can tell Demise were not ready for that one. Vigo black shielding the wrong person, went for level 1 just to negate pressure. Didn't even use the flash, and...
Is NG going again?
Oh,
Level
no.
2's been hit. Voxney has to flash away this time. Ronaldo is going to jump in, get himself the knock up. The CC chain is on. The 90 caliber net is just not enough. He's burning down, and Ronaldo gets a kill. That's that jungle snowball you were talking about in Champ Select.
Yeah, and NG instantly looking towards the bot lane. He knows how strong that the Caitlyn Morgana can be, how difficult it is to pressure when that black shield's available. They go so early that Demise are caught off guard.
You're seeing already Magic Felix taking early trades versus Zyko. He's got that fleet footwork on him, so he has a little bit more sustain in lane, and Zyko won't start getting healing until he starts stacking it up in combat versus Magic Felix. So these short trades work in favor of Magic Felix every time. You chain the barrel, Shikari, otherwise they don't.
But
They're
he's
doing
learning.
damage.
Yeah, that's one of the big things in the Nico matchup is Nico wants to land a root, throw down his Q, and let it keep proccing. But against Shikari, he can just orange it and then walk out of the damage.
An invade starting up here by NG, but the flash comes in. Oh no, Voxney! You poor chap. Gets slapped around by birds.
Oh, this is rough. This is Fnatic showing what we said pre-game was just absolutely off base. They are not able to compete.
Hidden has to use the repel. Multiple members jumping onto Magic Felix. He uses his shroud to stay invisible for the moment. The knock up into the cocoon. That might be enough. Magic Felix has to flash away. Zyko comes in. Hidden's gone under the tower. Magic Felix ignited. Tower shots will land onto Hidden. And it's a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. 1 versus 3 in favor of Fnatic there.
Yeah, we're going to see that play again. Bot lane, and the root comes in. The net comes out, but a flash Ronaldo is able to find him. Oh no, it's happening again.
Oh, Demise! Don't do it to the man. He's got a family. X-Matty takes him down. Vigo is able to turn it around one more time, though. That binding's dodged away. Nice and easy by X-Matty. And Fnatic are just smacking this Demise bot lane about.
Yeah, they are making things so difficult for them, Voxney. And actually,
Zyko's already low in the 1v1. Now he has to worry about NG coming, and the shuriken flip's going to be enough. Zyko tries to tax his way out. A great cocoon will buy a bit of time, but Zyko is low as hell. Now Hidden, trying to get that damage off, has the venomous bite if he wants to go for it. Repels up, tries to get the damage down, but NG is still alive. Magic Felix finds one, looking for another. Shuriken flip hits the minion, and NG's able to dodge away, but Zyko looks to chase him for more. They've got the shroud to work with for the moment. Zyko wants to land that knock-up, does not land it as Ronaldo slides and glides in. Magic Felix is ignited at this point, but they're chasing for Vigo. Not going to get the kill. The shutdown's over to Vigo. Oh my lord, what a start for Fnatic.
2 kills a minute so far in this game. They are out for blood, and Fnatic definitely coming out ahead in all these skirmishes, but Demise given no time to breathe.
There's a top lane in this game, by the way.
Yeah, that's chilling, but...
oh, he chained it.
Yeah, shit. Shikari actually got a pretty significant chest lead already, and if you look at the wave, that's a much bigger wave feeding into him. So Mapillion already having a bit of difficulty in this matchup against the premier UK top laner. The goal difference isn't actually that significant as of yet.
He had a good game versus Brillia yesterday. But he is
Nico
playing into the back-to-back champion of the UKC. And Zyko taking a little trade here versus Magic Felix. Level 6 not been quite hit yet. It's a big minion wave, so probably not going to go for that all-in as Zyko now actually does hit 6 first. I don't think he's going to tower dive, though.
I'd love to see it, but...
0-10, mate. That's what you're doing. You're playing for the 0-10 win condition if you do that dive.
Yeah, I mean, it nearly worked for Enclave, but not quite.
Hidden level 4 in this elite hasn't really been able to be as proactive as NG. Knock up, looking to try and land here by Zyko. Magic Felix does use that perfect execution, has the second charge, jumps back out, goes back into the shroud. NG's coming in. That's the flag and drag combo onto Zyko. The martial cadence, they secure themselves the kill. The cannon barrage in the top lane now being thrown down onto Mapillion. Shikari trying to pick the right target, just gets a grasp popped off. And he's going to walk away pretty happy with that trade.
Yeah, a lot of trading power going into this Nico, and you can see NG, and she's going to walk up top side. Mapillion yet to have his ult available, and that's a big tool to negate dives.
And he's 2 levels behind Shikari at the moment. Shikari just pushing this wave in, getting those barrels to work in his favor as NG now
Six
making
has
his
been
way
hit,
up. That has been the Pop Blossom achieved. Shikari should have himself a tangerine in his pocket, though, so the CC might be a little bit hard to work with. Mapillion, we saw it yesterday. Can he do it again? Gets the Pop Blossom off. Tries to get himself one. He flashes away. Mapillion, once again, comes up huge. 1v2 underneath his tower.
And this guy, you cannot dive his Nico. He manages to punish him. And this is a big point because Demise, they know NG's on the top side. They're going to look for this Infernal Dragon. That's a pretty big prize to take away from that.
Fnatic's bot lane unable to answer out here for the moment. Magic Felix also dealing with his wave in the mid lane. So this is just going to be a free Infernal given over to Demise.
Hey, we said this game could be done, but they're finding some momentum in Denvoxney and Vigo, despite the differences in damage. They have chunked Maddie out pretty heavily, and they are looking a lot more confident now in this lane.
Yeah, one binding still spells a lot of damage onto an AD carry. Let's have a little look at this play from Mapillion, because Fnatic maybe just bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah, remember, Shikari's oranges were on cooldown. He used them before in a trade. And so now Mapillion, he lands a great route to the minions, easy follow-up, and then he flashes away from the combo from NG to make sure he does not fall. Really well played. And that just disrespect coming out from Fnatic.
That should have started with NG tanking the tower over Shikari, because Shikari was already half HP when that started as well, so one bit of CC, if you don't have the orange available, is doom. Like, Gangplank, at this point, is still fairly squishy. He's just got the sheen in his pocket, so he's not overly healthy here. As Shikari just looking to push out this wave versus Mapillion for the moment.
Magic Felix and NG going for some aggressive moves. Ronaldo's there to back them up, and Hidden, he is recalling. So he won't actually be found out here. Oh, finding Cocoon.
Followed up by the Cocoon, but NG waiting over the wheel.
That does not do much damage. Need to follow up if you want to get damage there, but I think they respect the fact that that red jungle isn't safe. But look what's happening mid lane. Oh no, Zyko.
Zyko gets himself one knockup, gets himself two, slides back into Ronaldo. That's going to be a grand entrance, followed up by the knockup. Perfect execution to follow. Zyko is low, but Magic Felix will slide in, secure himself that kill. Bind him by Vigo is to send a message to NG. But mid lane is dead already.
Yeah, Fnatic learned from top lane. If 1v2 doesn't work, you send 3. And they punish Zyko. No flash was available for that Yasuo. Makes it very difficult to deal with those situations. Fnatic, it's been messy, it's been volatile, but they are very much still in control of this game.
Now Shikari is making his way back up towards that top lane. Cannon Barrage coming up soon for him here. Magic Felix going for a bit of a trade versus Hidden. He's just going to back off from that for the moment, though.
Yeah, Magic Felix in a pretty comfortable position. Managed to pick 4 kills up so far. Ronaldo, he's coming for the flank. 1 black shield. And a lot of CC from the Rakan.
Does have flash, but we have to have a little look at NG versus Hidden here. Marshall Cadence does a lot of damage, and now Ronaldo gets himself a flash up into the knockup. The Featherstorm comes down and makes Maddie takes down Denvoxney one more time.
That was...
He tried to flash the knockup, thinking there was a potential
I think he
outplay.
he netted, and then he's like, oh no, I'm in the W, so I'll flash it. But he flashed forwards.
It was suboptimal. I'll give him that.
That is a very good word to a very good phrase to describe it. Suboptimal, we will say. Questionable is one I saw Twitch chat throw up. I would very much agree with that too. Suboptimal, questionable, not great for Demise. But I can look to secure that reptile, and the Engage comes in mid.
Yeah, they're trying to get that damage down. The chains are going to be flashed away by Magic Felix. He goes back in. Ronaldo comes in. The Cannon Barrage is there already. Hidden goes low. And Shikari secures that kill with the Cannon Barrage. Zyko now gets dunked in. Ronaldo secures that kill, and Fnatic just get 2 easy kills in the mid lane.
And this is what happens no matter where you make the play. NG's there, Ronaldo's there. It's never a 2v1 because 2 extra members of Fnatic turn up and they make it favorable for them. This jungle support duo, very effective right now.
Vigo has to use the Black Shield and the Flash to go ahead. Shuriken Flip is enough, and Magic Felix can't secure that kill as he has to use the R to escape.
Yeah, doesn't manage to get away. A lot of plates going down, but actually, Maddie solo killing Denvoxney.
I mean, is it really surprising? He's 0-5 at this point.
But it just shows the difference because...
Ronaldo? He's good.
Oh! Hayden getting a kill on this at least. Finds NG on low HP. Stopwatch was actually available but got stunned up. So unable to use it. NG, bit of disrespect there. Now Zyko, he might look for Maddie. No flash, no ult.
Maddie, who has been in a lane with a support, is actually a higher level than Zyko, but that's going to be the last breath coming down. Maddie goes down for a shutdown. Magic Felix, it's a little bit too late to the party to save his AD carry. No R available. Zyko did take a lot of damage from him, though.
You know what I love is the fact that a lot of teams against Fnatic, they just sort of fall apart. But Demise are still giving it their all. They're still trying to do as much as they can to get back into it. We'll see that 1v1 between them. So Matty doesn't actually get the root off that. Gets netted up. And then
my
Devoxnay,
lord. He
just walks past the trap, flashes in. It's pretty easy. It's not even like there was a challenge there.
He took no damage from that headshot as well.
Yeah.
Like, that was
He's wearing a helmet.
unpleasant.
Wearing a helmet.
NG is coming in, just takes a lot of damage, flags and drags forward. In comes Ronaldo, charming up everyone. A massive Cataclysm pins two in places. Repel's going to get used already. Devoxnay's low on HP, but Hidden tries to jump away. The flash pop blossoms enough to pin them down. That's going to be the ace in the hole. Not enough to secure NG here. That's only one kill being picked up for Xmatty as he's looking for a second. A double kill for him. Magic Felix secures the third for Fnatic Rising.
Every single time Fnatic, they have these skirmishes and you think you're going to find the kills. They get so low, but no one goes down. Demise lose 3, and Fnatic show why they're the top team in the bracket final.
Oh, that's so risky for Devoxnay to be there. Magic Felix is like just seconds off the perfect execution.
Yeah, and he's pretty perfect with his executions. NG will take that Ocean Dragon. Not as impactful as the Infernal, but I think you need a lot more than one Infernal to turn the tides of this game. Demise still showing they can put some fight in. But right now, you look at Magic Felix and Xmatty, there's a massive goal differences, huge amount of kills.
Zyko just jumps forward, tries to clear out this wave. Magic Felix actually commits for the kill, gets himself one shot of the perfect execution off, and now Vigo tries to find the binding. Jumps in once again. Magic Felix doesn't go defensive, he goes aggressive here. Hidden's making his way forward. They have got that knock up, the Shuriken flip back. Magic Felix not going to pull that trigger. I'm waiting for bated breath for him to go 1v3, but doesn't go for it. Mapillion needs to be careful though.
So there's a 1v2. Billion, can he do it again?
He's got Pop Blossom, doesn't have Flash this time. Does have the root, the charm's going to be enough, and he is just taken out of there. Shikari picks the kill up.
Yeah, wanted to hold the Pop Blossom as long as possible, but just gets CC'd up by Ronaldo and isn't even able to use it. Xmatty, 2 levels up from Devoxnay. This is not a familiar position for Devoxnay to be in. 0-5-1, crushed in lane.
This might be the most one-sided game I think I've seen in this split so far.
I'm not sure it is because they still have 6 kills. They still have an Infernal.
Oh, they might just make that more. Oh, no. What do you do, dude? He just smashes him. That's going to be a Cataclysm by NG. Hidden uses the repel, jumps back out, but he is running away from his tower. He's running away from his team.
Oh,
he's trying to get himself
the
cocoon off. That is going to be an execute onto Devoxnay, like you said, there on the other side of the map, but Hidden scuttling away. He's doing his best, dude. Might be able to get an execute if he's lucky here. No, he's done so.
Wait, find some time though for his team. Zyko's just waiting in a corner.
He's crying in the corner. Why?
He's missed the mark as well. No chance of a 0-10 power spike.
And to be fair, this isn't one person's fault. All of Demise are
it's all of their
dying a lot.
Yeah. A lot of deaths so far, but I like that they're playing aggressive and they're trying. They're trying to be proactive.
Yes,
it just hasn't worked.
They're trying.
They're trying something.
Oh, lordy. Vigo waiting over the wall or crying in a corner. You made your decision on that.
Maybe both at the same time.
Oh, God. Please let his binding land.
Thing is, if they land the binding, they're still not going to kill him.
Oh, I want to believe. Devoxnay is 425 gold off his Infinity Edge.
Yep.
At 16 minutes. Oh, he's got it. He's got the money.
He could recall and get it, whereas Xmatty already has the Infinity Edge and the Essence Reaver, so...
Oh, boy, oh, boy. And attack speed boots. There you go, then, boy. Oh, you missed that one.
Oh, some extra gold. Nice binding from Vigo. Did hit one.
To be fair,
they can beat the Crocs.
I think Vigo has been playing pretty well.
Well, other than that level 1.
Yeah, well, ignoring the level 1. But
like,
like, that happens to the best of us.
Level 4. From then on, though, pretty good.
Come on, man. He's been part of this aggression that you are praising for them.
True. No, but I think we are joking around a bit, but I do like that they've tried to give it their all into this game. Look for skirmishes, look for fights, because I think if they just rolled over and accepted Fnatic as being the better team, then they would definitely lose and there'd be no hope. But at least they gave it a lot. There's a big goal lead to Fnatic. It's 10,500 to 17 minutes. That's
Oh my
significant.
God. Yeah, that's the lead. Shikari successfully chains that barrel together and does a lot of damage to Mapillion there. Just got that Triforce. Curious to see what the build is, because I've seen varying builds. Most people go for like the Essence Room, Infinity Edge, but Demoxney is looking for his 7th death here, as Magic Felix should be able to secure this one. Cataclysm's in, perfect execution down, and Magic Felix picks himself up another kill. Ended Demoxney once again, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I don't think this is too fun of a game for Demoxney. It's a caster Curse who praised him too much.
Oh no. NG's jumping in. The Cocoon does land. Magic Felix flashes away. Good knock up by Ronaldo and shielding. Magic Felix secures himself yet another kill. And unluckily for Shikari, that Cannon Barrage actually doesn't secure him a kill or an assist. Magic Felix wants to go onto Zyko. That's the last breath. That's going to be the damage. Shut down. 750 gold. 950 gold in the pocket of Zyko. Demise. That's the aggression. It's working a little bit for them.
And believing in the use 2. 100% crit chance already achieved. Big shutdown gold. Yeah, it is.
Is that 100 with the crit float?
Yeah.
Oh, you're...
Shiv gives 25. Crit cloak gives 20.
Quick maths.
No, it's not 100% crit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it's 75.
No, it's 90.
Yeah.
Close
it
enough.
needs the Infinity Edge gives him that, like, puts him in the threshold.
90%, 100%, you know, what's the difference?
10%.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Close enough. No, it's the old one. It was back when Shiv used to give 30%. Yeah, that's what
You can tell that I've been cussing with you, and I just trust you, because I blindly accepted you were right there. Even though I heard the math and went, yeah, you're right.
I was testing
you went, Jake, 2 + 2 is 7. I was like, you're right. It is.
I like that blind trust. I hope the viewers have the same blind trust.
Twitch chat, I'm going to ask you a question. You just have to write yes or no. Do you trust orcs? They're not listening to us.
Oh, no one's going to respond.
There is a delay. There is a delay, don't worry.
Okay. Or maybe they just have you muted. Have us muted.
I've had you muted the whole time. What you said? Nah. Yes. Oh, pot shot. There's a lot of yes and no's there.
Do you trust what?
I'm seeing more no's than yeses, orcs. Sorry,
Yeah.
mate. Twitch chat don't trust you.
But it depends on the level of trust. Do you trust what I'm saying? Do you trust me to look after your stuff when you go to the toilet? Do you trust me to watch your kids? Well, like, you know when you're
They
like...
are varying degrees of trust, yeah.
Exactly. Oh, the death brush.
The death rush. Fnatic might just be getting caught out by the chain CCs there. That's NG jumping into the backline. Cataclysm's on. Vigo is low as 2 free kills get picked up for Fnatic Rising.
Hey, but Demise got 1.
They're teleporting in, actually. You can see, get himself a pop blossom. Sorry, a stun down. Zyko now jumps onto Ronaldo. He just minces through his health bar. Now he's onto the next one. Shikari taking so much damage. Zyko stepping up to the boot. Tries to get himself a double kill. Gets it.
Oh my God.
Oh my lord. Triple kill to Zyko. Demise activated.
And Zyko is just popping off in this Yasuo. It's his go-to pick. Game 1 of the split, he played that and he popped off. And here he is murdering members of Fnatic. 1v3.
Now he has the 100% crit chance, and they're teleporting. They're going for Baron right here, right now. Fnatic maybe underestimating Zyko a little bit too much here, as he is now back onto that Baron. Got Demoxney with him. Not a lot of damage from Demoxney. It's all on Zyko here, but he is taking a lot of damage from this objective. Now NG making his way down. Got himself a 2-level lead over Hidden, so his smite will be hitting harder. Sweeper is going to spot them out for the moment, and Zyko is low. Baron's doing some serious damage to him. Trying to get that teleport in time. Zyko has to heal up. Now the fight's going to be there. The Baron is stolen away already by NG, and Magic Felix slides in. This is Demise. They were activated, and now they have been deactivated by Fnatic Rising. Only Vigo stands. A triple kill for Magic Felix.
And they look like they can make it back in their game, and instantly their hopes are shut down. NG steals the Baron. They kill them all. 4 members down of Demise. Vigor only defend. We had hope.
Oh no.
We had hope. They gave it their all. They gave it their best.
To be fair, they really did. They fought their hearts out here versus Fnatic, and now Fnatic are inside that base. They're looking to take every inhibitor. League of Legends by the book.
This is the moment where Zyko types in all chat, oh my god, report my team. Trying to 1v9
It'd be a true Yasuo player if he did that. He might just try and make this happen onto NG. Has got himself that knock-up, not stacked up as he misses out on the Q. That's going to be enough. Trying to get more. NG jumps back. The Pop Blossom's going to land onto Magic Felix. Zyko now trying to make a grand escape, but throws out the wind wall in the wrong direction. He is low. The Cannon Barrage is down. That's going to be the end of Zyko. Now Fnatic looking for more. Xmadi chasing onto Hidden. You can see them try and get that. Ronaldo picks the kill up. 3 members of the Demise stand. They've got no inhibitors and only 2 turrets standing for them. Baron buff is on. Mapillion lands himself a route onto Ronaldo, but this is their last turret falling here as Fnatic are just looking to make their way towards XL. Can they go for glory kills? Looks like they're just going to round this game out nice and simple. 31 kills in 22 minutes. Fnatic Rising just drop-kicked Demise.
Yeah, that was a lot of kills. Gotta give credit to Zyko, though. He did his best to try and bring the game back. That triple kill was hypey, but not enough.
Yeah, it was really hypey. The Baron, on the other hand, was over-eager, I would say.
I think it's one of those things where it's like, look, we got like the one big player of the game. It's all or nothing. It's the 1 in 14 million.
And what a play it was.
It's the 1 in 14 million that you just have to go for.
I don't think there was even a hope there, I'm not going to lie. Even with Baron, I just don't know if there was enough in that.
Maybe if NG spilt coffee on his keyboard while he was walking towards the Baron, you know, wasn't able to get in on a smite.
You can pause. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but maybe he took too long to call for his teammates to pause, and then as a result, he wasn't close. You know, there's a lot of things that could have happened.
They didn't happen, though. And Fnatic, they got a lot of kills. That was a 42-kill game, I believe.
Yeah. It's not quite to a minute, but pretty close.
It was, yeah, that was a rough one. Unfortunately for Demise, they do
it was fun, though.
Have their Week 6 journey end here. Fnatic Rising will be climbing to the top of the tower to challenge XL UK. Now, remember, what is on the line here for Fnatic Rising? Because Fnatic, if they don't get this win, they don't make it automatically qualify, sorry, to the Twickenham finals. XL do. Fnatic then have to play the gauntlet. And yeah, they're looking strong, and it does look like, you know, they have the potential to make the finals, but
you'd think
they just want to book it. They don't want to run the gauntlet. They want to be done with that. So they need to make sure they can find this win here. And we're going to cut to a quick break. When we're back, it'll be XL UK versus Fnatic Rising. It's going to be our Week 6 Tower final, so don't go anywhere. See you in a second.